So many players to keep an eye on in Munster red tonight, not least of course Jake Flannery, but it's going to be the opposite number, Tim O'Malley, the 10 for Zebre, to get us underway here. A couple of caps to his credit against Georgia and then Japan. Here's Hodden, and that's what he can do with his footwork. Such a dynamic runner for all his strengths in terms of his tackle count and his carries. That's really good turn of pace as well.
Ball is out.
Cronin once more now. Crowley, really tight corridor to work in there. Got his pass away to Keenan Knox. Wycherley now. Here's Jack O'Donoghue. This is better and more enterprising from a Munster point of view. Cronin didn't have too many options on that short side. Back in they go to Crowley now. Barron brought to ground by Eduardo Bejo, the Puma. Ball is there for Cronin. So too for Jeremy Loughman.
Not held.
Gallagher
Not
this time
complete.
getting involved. That was okay, wasn't held, could carry on legally. Flip back inside, is there space there for Shane Daly? Klein. Crowley again, and just the sense that Munster beginning to warm to the task now. Numbers wide here. Should be an easy run in for Jack O'Donoghue for the first try of the evening. And they get it just beyond the opening first quarter. Really good continuity for the first time in the game, really, from either side, particularly from Munster. And no real surprise that it ends up in a 20th try in Munster colours for the captain, Jack O'Donoghue.
But it's so effective.
Well, they were stressing that Zebre defence right across the park.
Timing is good there.
It was just a case of using the space and the numbers. It all started really with that bust from John Hodnett, but it's a good timing from Coombs.
I normally get given them the leak. Takes the first time, man. It's not me a joke.
It's nice we saw Neil Cronin trying a little inside flip to Shane Daly, and they're obviously going to try and challenge this Zebre team across the park, and you can't just play teams going.
As we said, it's almost a full year since they won a game, and that has to change. They're under pressure here, and that's high on Dan Goggin, who took a lovely line. It may not matter, it will not matter. No stopping. Munster now in for their second try on all his own work. 10th try in Munster colours for Dan Goggin, the former young player of the year, and he enjoyed that with the penalty advantage for the high tackle.
And it's nice seeing Munster use a bit of variation. They've mauled, they've gone off the top, they've had a peel play there with the wraparound, and Dan Goggin's done unbelievably well to fight through that first tackle and continue and score the try. But it all comes from a beautiful line.
Loose from Liam Mitchell, then Violi came across, he couldn't quite scrag him. Penalty advantage now. Will Munster just keep it in the forwards here, or will they try something a little bit more elaborate? That's Wycherley over now, if he can manage to ground that, because if he's not, albeit with penalty advantage, yeah, he's got that down. Pretty sure it is Finan Wycherley who's going to get the third try of the evening for Munster here.
The Zebre throw a second ago, but obviously it wasn't called, and Munster, when they get in close to your line, they're so good at that pick and go, and again, that penalty advantage there, so it was a free ball. If Wycherley had got held up, it wouldn't have been a goal line dropout, they would have had the penalty, so they're really just stamping their authority on the...
He, another player he's had plenty of injuries, but he's had to wait for his opportunities as well. Oh, there's an intercept pass, and they will have a route back into the game at least, or onto the scoreboard. Pass inside, doesn't go to hand, instead it falls into the grateful arms of the 25-year-old South African Eric Cronjé, the outside centre, and he canters in under the bin for 5 points for Zebre. That's exactly what they needed. Little something out of nothing gift wrap for them, but a good read also.
And he's obviously come up hard there again, backed himself to Flannery's going to go for quick hands, and that's exactly what Zebre needed. They just needed something just to go their way, and that's going to be a 7-pointer, which will be great for them. And it actually came from Zebre losing their own line out, you know, and Munster then trying to move it. So Eric Cronjé's made a read, and it's paid off dividend.
Here they come again. Farrell again gets himself out a little bit wider, looking to cause some damage. Cronin will come back inside now to O'Sullivan. Sustained pressure and sustained power from Chris Farrell. He's determined to have a real impact and get his name on the score sheet. Here they go with Klein. Would be fitting were he to manage to get across the whitewash on his 100th appearance.
Back foot, block, back foot.
These one-out carries, Munster normally so good from this kind of position, just relentless, wearing the opposition down. Well, they try something a little bit different. Cronin almost on the stretch, thought he might get there on his own. On the follow-up, that looks pretty good. There's an outstretched arm, which is dotting it down. Craig Evans goes in there. And this is the first time this evening in the 67th minute that we're going to go upstairs for verification from the TMO, who is Alan Falzone. It's Cronin initially, and then Hodnett goes in. I think it might be the, it's the arm of Hodnett, isn't it now?
Inside
the captain, Jack O'Donoghue, takes it. Wheeling around to that side where there's not a lot of room, but is there enough room just to drive over? They're very close, and they do get a fifth try. That's really good work. And it's Jeremy Barron who comes up with Munster's fifth try.
The wind will be truly out of the sails now. I think that could have even been a penalty try if it hadn't been a try. It looked like one of the Zebre front rowers came in from the side and tried to collapse.
Stay behind the ball.
Again, that front row of Munster crumbles. Oh, there was space there. That's good defence initially. Munster scrambling around to get numbers out to that far side to try and repel this one last threat. Well over the 80 minutes clock, long since in the red. 5 tries to 1. Can they manufacture something here? That's good hands. The offload towards Laloifi. Now, did it go forward?
That's off the knee. Try.
Referee's happy. It's come off the knee, and they do get their try.
Good to see Zebre getting to use the advantage, and that's nice to the line. We saw Nathan Doak last night for Ulster getting a nice wee kick through.
Yeah. So
Laloifi doing the same thing this time for himself, and 2 off the kicking seat, conversion dispatched, and they'll finish with well, double scores, 34 points to 17 with the conversion. Goes over. They got 4 tries last week against Worcester in the Challenge Cup. They've got a couple here against Munster, but really the argument was settled a long time ago.